what kind of when you hang so you my point has always remained that petitioners on the election petition courts no both in 2005 Roger Metununu Kroya now 2021 election petition you court testify at T1 or the election petition based on 2024 elections echo court the petitioners now the 2012 election petition court you started here you know in 2013 so and again this election petition is a good assembly but one of the key things are fundamental to assembly is the growth in law what you say so be the assembly court so I need for cra one of the beautiful things I want remuni say e boa mamrani nyini no enyini kotono enyini ekotono and me have always remained that obia ode man so court bia no o se e bona baso sebi ebru sebi predia sa bejimi bre no ene yes obi twema so dodo na wo pede na de he na wan kwatwema so a won law na ayi justice atuba no ne ade o mu ayi justice ni ebo ni nuanum justices no mo ekoti wo ayi court no. It is because obi de corner no. That is why we have the case law. Your president or obi case you the call ye no. Ma if you akroduti asase so. Na asem de bia ase was assembly safwa ene bie assembly pono. Na so obi afa asem akokot anka aka se ebenya safam ye de bie obi asem pono. It is good to go to court and demand justice for wasem. Why not justice is good. But this election petition is instructive for 2024. This election petition is instructive for 2024 because they say whether you like it or yes, former President Mahama, they say was solidifying the position in NDC. I come in 2024, NDC or Hunya Congress biao. Now go Congress one eba, why is your Gabra? And I want a Bible contest Mahama, Amabua, and now why Kwabna donko one eba, and now it will be very difficult to say. President Mahama having taken this election petition to court, no, another NDC person, no matter how experienced, how qualified, and I know NDC mu, you are very, very qualified people who NDC mu pa. Ebe timiaba, they can come and contest, but diamo they can win any election or Congress to represent NDC against President Mahama. I just said President Mahama kase onko. I just said they make a President Mahama or kase onko. That's a President Mahama and Kappa uncle. That's what so about 2024. By virtue of this election petition, he has solidified his position. And my point is based on 2012 election petition. Okay, Sananado. By the time we do 2012 election petition, no, we are contesting President Kufuor. Even as far back as 1996, Nanado Danko Kufuor, His Excellency, no, we are contesting President Kufuor. 96, contesting 2000, almost our time contesting. No. And President Kufuor winning primaries to represent MPP as the flag bearer of the party. And or the MPP for back power in 2001. President Kufuor in 2 terms no. Still, na President Kufuor was marketing in MPP. Although in 2008, Alan Chermati was a very good candidate, suitable candidate, marketable candidate, good personality when him dey what say when in politics. At the time, the argument was that President Kufuor candidate, but because na President Kufuor was one marketing on that from 1996, blame Matutu Sana Granny Beka. From 1996 until it was obvious that he was the obvious choice. But even because we say MPP there, or my almost me a Democrat until even though President Kufuor was very marketable even in 2008, one father Hongono sa Great Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, 2007 MPP Congress. Me anam 3 days. A journalist for in 3 days. Yeah, me kase adwuma we ya yem kwase adwuma che ya breo. Now, the people who want political power, omo corporate power, the people who suffer, delegates, any journalists. Now, delegates crowd obetime ye almost in because omo dem edu congresses no ade as part of the democratic process. Omunye sika. Now, one of the things that Ghana, that should be ever come once for Ghana, a democracy. Ebeya, you have for umrem. Because the kind of democratic processes now, you know, the system no, MYN, board delegates, and no delegates for 4 years, that boy, 2 years, the elected party executives are no many credit. And yes, sir, it is rather those who get political leadership. Let me take you back to NDC 2024. Me say, and I mean doing my own political analysis said and I know na make say Dr. Bawumia so 2024 MPP for Manoa Alpha or no ma nobody can neutralize the power of Mahama. Nobody can neutralize the power of Mahama. And I'm explaining to you the power of Mahama in NDC. Say in 2024, former President Mahama, having marketed himself, baby, there will be no NDC candidate. I will bet you. I just say you have somebody like maybe a Doa Jaho, but a Doa Jaho too doesn't have the resources, or you have somebody like an Abambabing who, after being speaker for 4 years, oh Allah, any Abambabing be dekeke. Obey dekeke. So an Abababing can come and validly contest a first president Mahama. But the question again is that say full first delegates, any four soldiers and no will Abababing have the kind of resources that Mahama war to now be the flag bearer of NDC and me as of this time, minimum in the next 3 years. But say Abusamia, Mahama has more resources than Babing. Babing is super. He's one of the people oka politics what say any man kamia is how they need to President Mahama ho kraka Babi wa head of President Mahama. Babing or head of President Mahama, but only resources to say President Mahama. Baby Mahama turn who could do at the foot soldiers level no. Babing marketing no. Aye kakra. But in terms of the middle class no Babing marketing they are more than President Mahama. It is assembly yasan wa kwa kwajima no ensi boni o. Analysis on 80 mini NDC in 2024 and could be to say Professor Nano POKUAA wa bing were just solid, but I will not bring Professor Nano POKUAA as a first running mate because in 2024 Central Region will not be a deciding region, and Central Region have MPP being in power for 2 terms. No, Central Region may very likely fall to NDC. To say this election, just a few seats MPP for lose here. But in the next 4 years, very likely say Central Region will fall to NDC. Because you know why NDC benya more seats in Central Region the next 4 years? Because anyone MPP for bonne adoso. They say they say 2 months when you no. But once MPP for bonne adoso. Yebusa maset, you see Nkwachi Akwa right no MPP for bonne. Yebusa a friend say frontier one for airport MPP for scandal back no. What is Crawfobia Bema be muso recash MPP. More scandals to follow in MPP. It is by the time of 4 years Ebasono. Now Bonnie Adoso. Don't forget to say baby and another Danko Kufuadu Edun His Excellency. Man 2 years, 3 years. Ne VIM no so better in MPP. And that is where the resurrection of Bawumia will take over. If you look at the dynamics for NDC and MPP in 2024 there, it is a game for President Mahama Bawumia. But if NDC can bring a Babi, I'm sure President Mahama so be 2024. And if they can bring a running mate like Obi to say Doa Jao, although Doa Jao so from voter region, we have voter region, then who choose to running mate from voter region or not, they will vote NDC. And it's also not politically smart to say you take a Doa Jao from the voter region. But if you bring somebody like Greater Accra region, when NDC will need somebody, Greater Accra region need to say Joshua Labinum. And that is if only Joshua Labinum command votes. MPP war Greater Accra region now, but I don't see your question that you be
okay.
I issues now. I cannot as way. GYASO. Okay 101.7 FM. Come on, everybody. Election petition. Any ever to us can was them. Now I heard you say, what is the next step for the petitioners? Say a court na ruling unanimous decision twice. You cannot compel a witness, a party, to come and testify. Say a friend saying, Chikata, as some of the to court, then so must file another application. Yes, for review of the decision of the court. Court no answer Jinayo see and it, which means court no the judges mienu. About 7 judges now. No, it's a decision twice, unanimous decision on this ruling alone. There's been other rulings, but on this ruling alone, whether or not James and testify or not electoral commission testify, no, 2 rulings. Nina you unanimous. That is 7. Nina editor petitioners. No more 7. Echo court NDC for. The question is, what is the next step? Lawyers I can see me no more bing. Ewa hana mombe boye acheche momo. Omunya NDC, omunya MPP. They don't know zilch about politics no. Wamo kano kron say the law ne tie no. Say the ba mo amunam social media teletabis in kwaran kete no a. Monya 1 CD data, mu de judges natem. Yet mu ya kan natural justice kwa munim. hwan aye ka court munim see I court munim constitutional provisions say court article 64 article 63 ni nyina munim ba mo ti social media and amudi judges natem. These lawyers will help you understand the position of the law ene. But yen converting asem no so unim verting we hum that chi bia beka wasem me feel say that chi bia Ghana democracy na ye no. We may have to change the method of assessing your ministers no, because this question and answers here omu ye die whether or not it's a good system yet to make the system and penny for was and pass mercy or sefata. I don't want to say honorable Ignatius before we are one question kakra say or make create 3 million jobs no say honorable. Where is the data? Because ba me abeka say make create 1 million. We say make create 3 million data no we honorable or the beba into ochina honorable the data no ebeko am ya akwa kwhwe say the 17 because we say they have the data both private sector any aban de nyina e no mafa enkofo no per how na do su calculation nanim na no na me bo samse ahen abaso na enkofo bebre na afia na samse ahen na samse ahen ask some of the very sensible questions na Ghana for there mo na akasa mo problem brofu na yamu de o brofu na yamu de brofu yemfam pe oba o brofu yemfa chop money brofu yemfa see business brofu yemfa build empire to say despite media yemfa brofu build ya de nyansa agene gumptions wisdom in ya de build empires samsian still second week I'm praising you solid question samsian na kobusa question now ready super so the beji fans honorable nominee but samsian don't take the shine already but I do so is my man. He's my man on the committee. But me dey say samsian he remains my solid man on the committee. But me tu cha suma obi ti se suhini en tu cha ma obi ti se eye first okuje to ablakwa so omunya ana muntaka amunfa paper na so omubusa question say yes na what to dey be an MPP for ne dey obehwe no but there's another woman one hajia bi or committee so I check her name na me the details number solid e man na committee so mo ma ye hu action question amubusa Mr. Nominee let me congratulate you share masa eduma ne nya agudie o ma me congratulate you adwasafo you did well oba pay for now to so be 2 hours justifying your position but question back one ka say mubusa adwasafo ma me ye because her previous position was procurement minister nti no so procurement authority chop no was she ever aware and mo amote committee no so na mubusa question no honorable nominee are you aware honorable no bring the data who na be busa question so do your homework na fa yi ni bra we say look I am aware that on this day this letter was brought to your office now busa ni are you aware na say me kra me catch you say I am not aware lawyer bia be catch you say oh America for lawyer say who court now hwe na ho kire wa ebuso asem o say plead the faith you don't know you don't remember you don't know you don't remember plead the faith and go your way now who busa nominee question say honorable nominee are you aware I'm not aware I will supply the document. I will supply. You don't come back to us as committee members or as appointment committee to let us know whether they have supplied the information. Chrono, me feel say edu baby appointment committee they must be able to stand down vetting. Moye vetting no na maka kire enkofo na mo vetting am say asubesi ABCD ebusa we you have not been able to provide the answer properly. It is a chaso busa lawyer. Court to cry to me standing the case down. Court to cry odi asamo o se koda nsamo ma wakoda nsamo koda ha wakoda akuse wakoda court to cry to me say council yesterday case na kobra na fa dok ko file we na bra ko ye we na bra council ko fra we witness we no hey ko interpreter na court stand case down 1 hour na judge te wono twen stand the vetting down document to kro mo mani pa kro no ko document mra answer kro no ko answer ne mra and continue na samu be ye tra de ze de mu ye ya na mama kai asem bia mama yare ga ko kai ya ko vetting bacho mo me fra me call privileges committee o I'm only quoting mama yare ga I am quoting mama yare ga if you call me before the privileges committee I will not come if you bring me a subpoena I will review I will file an application to contest the subpoena say the woman no me bo lawyer say the woman no I will file an application to contest the subpoena. What you say? I'm just quoting Mama Yarga. Ono na ose. Mama Yarga na kana say yeah Jacovetti no. Sika bebre ni ade. there were considerations that change hands. Kofu the envelope, Emma, anyway. All that issue. And am I can was Jasu near way okay 101.7 FM Pennyfua Cassia Nene Yane Omo Etche and Common issues at trend in the mum and Pennyfua Cassia no one better to come lawyers or my beno lawyer a year Asanti Oscar Asantino Esquire yeah over so lawyer Timmy Ayane da now they are come to say case no bear more no bear come Esquire yes because law school nenye easy yeah call you to the bar no how there Utiri ye beya we you know one about say yes say anya better kra e wo honum Oscar Asantino e wo eye ono so ye vandal ntia ne make say the whole day vandals ni nyina we legon wo mu bose sa say vandals yeah vandals na kon so e na onua be ma o ka no ho a wo ba be ye eye discussion ama ye say the ba bete the actual position of the law e wo no ani nua be ma ye yera boama at law nidi ade onam abontene a wudi be hu no nanso nidi pa e akwasi boaten boama akwasi boaten boama ono so be boayen na mmienu nyina ba be che se de ensem no etie e wo law no emu we mu ye independent lawyers ni abadada o matena se a wo mu nyina kenkan applications ne ruling na court e de ma yemu a che se e de nkomo nyina beba election petition mama can't reopen case for the sole purpose of subpoenaing Jemensa as an adverse witness. Supreme Court asema na no de betu ya trend ya enuti na de lawyers akese aba betena yera Dominica Yini wono soso akwa ka asem bi a wanhwe ya wo kina contempt be kine ma obra so ye be shi wo Supreme Court wono eje sa judges na ante wo say judges na wo mu di asem wo mu ya ade ne te sa mo a predetermined agenda ne bra you know the law wo kwaka predetermined agenda say see adu be gina adakam te say John de abi ni ebusa say na come and prove the predetermined agenda ayini ubeka sen unna mabonti kasa ti say full soldier ye kasa begina dakanim come and prove the predetermined agenda judge say ma ruling na they have cited the case law they have even gone to the black law dictionary to even give you definitions o say predetermined agenda yenjama court no china udru Supreme Court on man abekwa akoto so abekwa akoto say atubiga de ebia say John de ebi anase ken kranchi a udru ho no ma atenga bayira atenga enti what else are you doing in court Professor Azar and Okache Mahama say wondering what the petitioners are doing in the Supreme Court because 2020 election petition is still looking say e kran common dismiss you case Professor Asari and e kan say be try say be Professor Asari because America dey sabre ya na kwa channel dream will say why is the Supreme Court treating Jemensa like a private citizen ayini na okan so see Jemensa one dey hu oyan krankre or your commissioner of a constitutional body electoral commission enti wono asudie da ne so as a person and asudie da commission so enso so Ekufuado direct Edubuahin to act as his rep at the finance ministry wey president unim say ye na finance minister Oyarem ye ne kwa broche enti ne deputy Yereku Edubuahin ono so ye first presidential candidate of MPP eye Professor Edubuahin ne baboy eno no enti wono na say oye acting in the minister stead LGBT for no so omo bi omo office wa we edimu first cry ye ka sa asemi na no last week Friday e wo UTV so omo officer wo mabie lesbian gay for no e ashoman na komo sitasa no mo so office no ashoman that issue is trending ebusa adjust for Sarah adjust for say illegal tom and natural canal knowledge e Ghana criminal law ni mu entu koya fa wo fa hihye fatafre illegal wo de tie ma no asema America no minister say ukoya fa hihye fa wo fatafre illegal wo de ye na ye chewa e na obehunu Ekufuado a government created 3 million jobs makamba fo wu ho a kire no eno nyina no na mo akwata must be ashamed over local capacity comments na oyeye no contractor for no more Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry and omoni abre minister for roads and highways say wakwa local content won answer bi e wo appointment committee nanim e wo say ono anani wu because obai wagu local for no adwuma enye te waye bibia de aboa wo mo eno so ho asem e wo no another group bi so dey back am quarter decision to increase road toll omo road toll dey buy ye increase all these issues trend anyway good evening ena akwaba lawyer akwasi boatin boama obeba sisi a oti abontin wonum ye ne beba na fe waba beka ne nua Oscar Santi enu ho council anyway mo good evening ni akwaba eba okay FM so
VIM mejo so
ho ye de
nyame adom bibia e boko
anyako kwandaroma ye da na se so de waba ko free tema udie mu aba ha de enye easy traffic no kra anya betesa
kakra EGYASO adaroma
good but council betimi abone to fa che say na no ruling na Supreme Court de maye no no omo patch saying
You Vim me that was ni platform adema me akwenya adema me say membra na eja yenso yenim die kakra enim efa emra ne Supreme Court hearing na ekoso no yenso me kire adwene wo ho eyampa eni say election petition na ekoso no edru baby ma eye petitioners no e close omo case petitioners no e close omo case abra omo frɛ omo adansi fo miensa initially no omo say omo frɛ mienu until after general secretary Emma NDC oresi edunketia ebe yade ne gina adaka mu a respondents and lawyers ne toto na no o wieye no omo wieye no na Dr. Pesa White enso baaye onso de ne de be omo toto na no na later omo apply say omo pese omo de owura rojo metal nunu enso ba no nso baaye until after the lawyers Miami senior akoto ampao ene mi senior Justin Amenuvo omo toto rojo metal no nso anu wieye no ene omo say omo opinion omo defense as in omo ma omo adanse for enye dey enyina adaka num enkasa enti eho no ena ekoba say ye petitioners no through omo lead counsel senior Chachuchi Kata ni say sadia omo the application ebeba ni omo supini electoral commission teacher ni no na ompeo was otimi eba begyina adakam ekasa na vim ma mensha sie free say in civil jurisprudence say o de wasem kokota to say bibi to say election petition and I said the normal legal civil legal stream no wa wo de wasem akokota no the principle law my friend say jus generis principle no try say wa wo de wasem abeda court no una asudie da so the burden of proof is on you. Una was you prove case on the preponderance of the probabilities.
And also saying.
And not say ya the two insania at the time I will be view asem kano. Ube fre wadansi difo no. Now was say what me esipotie bi. Wesi fapimbia. E tre say what me prove case inti. Burden of proof na na say asudie na da also no. Say what prove inti no. Bruni say the burden of proof will shift to the respondent or the defendant. Nipa na odi na court no. Eno na ma lawyers now omo for respondents they can say omo share the totality of evidence ni mo say mo de petitions na be down court na any cross examination and sembisa mbusa witnesses no. Omo entimi meet that burden no, that standard of proof no. Enti anu nti there is no need say ombema omo adansi difo. In this case, Mami Jimensa name Makmenu for the second respondent. Eno na kofa sa application ne bae. Na osha application ne koso no time omo ye agreement no. Na petitioners asemo omo can say fine, omo close to omo case all right. But this is a special case because Mami Jimensa perform special functions that has been mandated by the Constitution. And yet just an ordinary witness. And you do a kofa give and take between one Justice Yawapeu. Okay. Senior Chachuchi Kata, you know. Obusane say, I think it was Justice Nene Amegache.
Amegache, okay.
Na Senior Chachu refer to Jimensa. And Justice Nene Amegache. Actually, GYASO say, I didn't know about Jimensa because it looks like or targeting Mameno. Okay. But it's a commission. Jimensa is not a party to the suit. He's only the chairperson of the first respondent. And now, Senator Chucheche say, per our constitution, there's only one returning officer for the presidential elections. Eti Sadia or Bonidia or Patre say, the person who is responsible for returning the presidential elections, you know, and intina oboni dino. Intina akoye say strategy no adiane say me na sense eyamia me teacher assistant na political science department Professor Ransford Jambu no oka say say what the strategy court na occasion miscarriage of justice ni sa ni man. But Vim, let me tell you, lawyer bia obeko court also need strategy or strategies no that you are not worth your salt.
Okay.
Because your lawyer ni case no nya ye na no. Wo the two papers so. Me de fa no de fa
na ye say. Me de be fa.
No ma ye ni say. Enti say no one say client the case abroad na fiti ya court. Unnim kwan abefa so a. Obeye case na okoya na obai.
Okay.
Enti ade ni say it came as a shock to the petitioners. They never thought say
respondents be ka so omo testify.
Omo testify. Okay. But under normal circumstances Vim oko court na una ade asem ne koy o ye plaintiff petitioner na something. Na who you case now see who appeal defense. The other court no he should go to town to jubilate under normal circumstances.
So the ordinary ban so on kasa na nka wose wo no jiwani.
I was so jiwani sharp. I was so jiwani under normal circumstances. Enti eba so mo yes omo opinion mo defense no. No mo say dia omo the application aba say he should be compelled. But the question is emremo no can you compel somebody who is not well and also onye crowd say obekasa. And that was the issue that was to be settled by that application. And you argue ni we no and also argue ye can say per High Court civil procedure rules and the CI 87 na abano who say so be so on testifier judge for no came to the conclusion say nipa na say on testifier untimi sha no say chinchina wanya den or may testify. In the legal maxim is that you win your case on the strength of your case, not on the weakness of your opponent. Eti wo be jina quarter enye obi weakness ena wo di be win o case, but rather no enina so a wo de bae so be kaya justice ya wapel time a oresi edun ketia tia konwanum no obusa ne say pay your own calculations.
Okay.
Saying that electoral commission declare after back and forth or say only figure no. Pay your own calculation more as petitioners. Say na munya ya musi muni figure no. Second respondent in so enya say ya also one farmer. Enti on what basis?
Ma Edward ya baba jama so betena studio chair say omo de omo pink sheet nyina kan ho ko kire court no. Enti me enise court fa ese dun gete anko na evidence omo de oral evidence omo ama no. The omo de omo no kan no nko a no omo de abu asem ko so omo de pink sheet akan wa edi adanse voter omunya obeye calculation no kra.
As far as I'm concerned, your star witness wo adanse ni a odi mu pa wo star witness no witness kase pa wo na se o say manfa ma so betna abonchi na be ka kire me say odi mu pink sheet eko ya me as a lawyer no I will not accept that because you were had a 2013 petition so obehwa baumia amount box no MPP 40 me say I'm not doing politics but I'm comparing the two we na yenya no who say 11,000 polling stations there were so and so polling stations sir no verification no vote na nko so baby we on sign pink sheet baby we ha say no mutimi chom collect your more pink sheet Emma court no who say said the VIM introduction no kan no I say ye kokota ye kohwe say atemu ne ba ebetimi abroad the frontiers of our democracy and constitutional rule. And he said said okay last time no MPP for call and now boy ne your elections no I improve no.
Okay.
And for me baby petitioners no almost they were taken by surprise and they say no munnim say strategy sana respondents no otherwise enka before they close their case some say sana be ya enka almost supini apply supini ma me na say no close your case
it is they say problem any close no
close here no
person say
say ne ba no
okay
that is the problem
council boama but you betimi the perspective abem na yatumi ati say from also perspective no say case baby application no any rule in a court on the mind what is your understanding of the court no kind
Chairman what your phone na say election petition the na nim the course of person me start
okay
na yamfamra application the application be our baby ano, and I say Mremuna debia baby ano. I also win in a so. Na Ushe in a so na normal day na. Bakon's application is a more close to case as petitioners. And the court ne ma ho kwan. Na omunsa mie case. Na omu bie case ni wi a. E den no mbe omu pese omu supina na ze ye de mra kwan so etwe maame Jemensa ebegina da kam no di adanse. Enti se odi asem kokota e bu fapim kra odi koye no. E den na court ni begina so di was mama. Enti emra be na to ana se e de na ye court no hwe. Ze ubese we close to case ya wi no. E de na court no hwe ansana o case no ye tia kasa sa bi.
Okay.
That is the first premise of court. And a court knows how Busani say, okay, before we file application, Busani say, na mamina or friend number, or friend number as what?
Okay.
And I know a case as adverse witness, and I say, who's that witness? Nemremunu, and also so no, I said, Chese.
Okay.
And the Rene Butaya, and I said, foundation, over the court, and the son no man on a court to be GYASO, and then your master mamma. And the court no, a share, and the canjina. A dear na yesi ehwe say waba court na obedia dance wi na wasem no watum na yebusa wosu woni bibie na akire wasa ba bi e di court no e say before bet my sa ade no na chese owo botaye bia e chese ana say ni so de hu bia chese senga ye ma kwan ma sa evidence na obeso de ba na enti eso yenza mie case senga betimi aye adwuma like ke ma kwan a anka nso so anka beba case no so ebe kese like enye se bia yi be kan tatrata sa but se ma kwa na ka de ba ya anke be so
okay
and the toss me no so say sa evidence kwa na first de ba no o fa kwa enyansa kwa like bibia wo bia hwehwe mu a se ka benya but that time na wo ba na won san ye den enkai it is any botawe ya court no ejina so ka say na maame na de neban ye ka se advert witness obi a ye che se wodna ba se omedi adanse ma na nipa ko ne ba ya adanse dia wodi no ene wo nsem ne bobra
okay
edi sanati a emremu no onya hu sa na no obeka che judge ne se papa judge asem we ye ko akwedi o si ko ni me be se ye declare say we hostile witness and adverse witness eno e ba ne sa rules a ewo your friend is examination chief a ili dey esesa
okay but now one was say nipa no wadi kan kasa
wadi ka what friend na manaba say avia mitwe na ma friend say bra be kama asma ba obegya da kamu no oni ye ene o bra na obo na ase o bra no o support o ye tia and say me hwe na me hu say sa na okona na ma draw court na attention say mami smesi am de ba yi me pese court ka say adverse witness and also a hoster
okay
and unfavorable witness
okay.
And the court no enhwe ho no mo yede yen kasa as me declare you declare who we are normally when the leading questions you musa examination chief e be answer meet me busa question answer no so that be a me do examination say but the moment the court no be hu say ya ka kire o mo say your adverse witness no e wo say etimi e do ko sa level you busa leading question that be about no case na ko say there will be a cross examination the man sister but na court no share no say that be mami friend say o media dance e ma e de bonus na so de ne ba oba be adverse witness
that's what they can submitting a witness statement which is the argument of
another one can say emre ben wo hwa ebi mu ka
evidence act
yes evidence act and a court act na emre ben na ye be ka say obi say waje to so be dia dance first supreme court asem kan say na adeba kwa mo Supreme Court process no say pre-trial no any case management conference no to me no o ma anyi niye so as a GYASO bisa
okay mama
yeah because normally no as a senior beka no you call pre-trial conference and I said direction application for directions you be say file way your way
pre-trial yes answer na e be di asem
so it depend sometimes our emu nsem normal na say party ni bi grant mi ansa na say bibisa no ne process be fam ini na nhyira anya pe but ni na say siesie ho akokodi asam no
okay
dem say go akwa
okay
Anyway, the Koba and say, ye busao, say, Emre Ben, and no because will be so dear dancing. Oh, the court in the kind say, ye my order. And the fact that say court, I'm order say, me and me to me. I say, me won't be a man farm a video statement. A chesse, me fairly a chesse, me simply dear dancing.
That is your question.
Yes.
So the fact so be a file witness statement.
Yes, because a court no order. Was show. Court na show.
To a mouth
that be what you mean can was it fairly. And you're not just a me person media dance. I am no one I say, me person media dance, or fairly. And you're not of fairly and to fairly and I don't know what me I can say or just to media dance yana.
But a petitioners also say Ashasia or more case nasino. Or more interrogations no. Interrogatories no. Or more busa a respondent easy say. Ye wo anyway a person ka ye mamu ya no no musi o mo ntwen. Na edru ye fra adansefo na ye beba bekasa. Enti chachu asem a argument o ye ne say by sa admission no. E che so ma shebo dada so media dance ye. Enti wuntumi de mo lawyers mo kan you are stopped. Say last minute no afa na obey no emra musuli ya edi we suli ya no obey no what say see Ronaldo say dey no obey no suli ya no
afia de tie ne say intelligence application why and a court no apart from say bia issues of law application bia be bia no esa odi affidavit dey e ka ho
okay
na o chechire mu fact evidence the moment a obeso any evidence and yes, witness statement. And the or the no car home can say me. I know share no say be do me share adia o ye ya o dance for be ye na. Me hu say o kra no kwasa me ha me ho. Wangasa dance your kokudie no. Me timu say no akobet for the temi case no kra ma je say. And the o kra ka me no wan ka me kwa yes ye wo de. So and the untimi nka say sa application do kan eni nti no. Ana ka hu say sa the same law no angasa so ka che ne say. Say na me senior card. Say wo file witness statement we are. Una obetuma decide say obey ya na say obey evidence and how my evidence. Ana unim say onya file we say ne kutawa document. Na furniture chikata as for person can say because still statement of truth. E wa say ni nine ne kwa na evidence no mo say there be. And wo share I do maybe na mo person mo che no affidavit evidence. I no one say also affidavit a commission of oath.
Edon Sako
trust me no just say before cry court no be kasaka no what edika wo fale wie pe.
What do you say
akantam wie. And you no e bet match say bra.
Okay.
But we need the evidence statement there. And yenya nhwe ni yenya and do
we try a witness statements.
There be it is all go be gina adaka mu wie na nka usuan wie a. Ho no ene be ka so wade na ya evidence ya adopt court na adopt. And I have who say na lawyers oh yenyi we film oh admissible or inadmissible yenyi na answer e dey afia so busa ya asem ne na wontimi nka say my canon that o baby application for from nti I no ne title no kan na say interrogatories so to serve interrogatories na say my canon nti memra some boss another time na say me ka say me nyi bi ma no che say me I'm bound by it.
Okay council as until no betimi ache mu say see the petitioners lawyer chachutikata or pay or court ma review no eno e kire sen
yo if you me that say if you make say law no me dem ye Christo ni nti no they say law no ni nyina o Bible from interpretation
law no Bible mo ho
because Bible say ye wade nyina ho kwan ba nye ade nyina ne tene review ye ka say review e kire say ya ma ruling bi ana court akasa na wo fi say obonyo so enti enya appeal na woko but o say court na etina wasem no so on sa ntina se no onye nhwehwemu foforo e wa asenu na afia ye ka say reviewer broni say you push and pull factors untimi nsori a o si chinchina masemu ya hwemu yi ye di ati aminti chinchina mo review the grounds the assay test broni be ka say assay test no court no be hwani say number 1 has there been any fundamental error omo aye mfomso die bi pote time we asem no mu omo adwan koso enu nti ama tentia aba That is number 1.
Okay.
Number 2. Review now what day bano. Bruni say, are there exceptional circumstances? Are there exceptional circumstances? Say, a DB, here party, I was say, yes, sir, extra 7 to be. And I face to say, the enemy lawyer cano. And I say, fresh evidence be. At the Fufrobia bar. Anka, Satan, na omutie, the substantive application, or senka, about omu anymore. Come back, reach a different conclusion. And I'm back, and come other, ruling, no, and I say the way we see ruling as no, and kabaya different and and to review no, brony in law no discretion.
Discretion, just say the judges no pay. I don't be
and run my whole quite. Say ubeti me, Ediaba. But what the bar judges no, our motiasem so, and I judge no tiasem no so. Or mo pay. Say either say discretion no, or move exercise and no move bua akowa o de review application ne buy and I say. They be not adding because in the instant circumstances, you know, if you said Odi Kaka, you know, in your intro, no, already now it's a unanimous decision. 7 in Anuko Bengrum. Yadimi no pen Rebecca home. To the Anthony say, normally, only say applications be or her rules no matter quite, but Sabi, oh, your lawyer Nina say, Sabi, oh, Simrana see ye, any application be near the back. Court. Even though it is in the law, the rules provide for them. Oh, how can I say ultimate deba? But is it reasonable? Is it feasible? And you be out the choir, you bet you.
But council, oh, share the chachu can any reasonable say. To say earlier, some man okay, say chachu argument. One of them they say, Jemensa di breni juma oye and ye juma ketwa keke. And you will be a keke, nya pa wo pa boy dia oye. A election wasem. A you warning kwaman to kwesi wo baby. Enti ni dibre no nti ehun hia se ye de ne ba unyini se no so say a good application application to asomo a enke bia ye di 2 judges be kan bia na asesa asane se bia judge 7 no kro mo koda sumye so a e bia cases a chaturikata be site no e be persuade o mo se bia o man hwe ni se nti e bia afa de o mehwe sei
if you say utie ruling ni ye pa at a point o mo ka say counsel for the petitioner has failed to provide sufficient authorities to support an argument say Mahamino office in a special office bia and they are resisting that edge say omo makwai ema oma mede ema ye no nti fine it's discretion and conformity argument omo ye ni say enka I was say because of substantial justice any day for public accountability say the beya Mahamino or ye high office holder no I was say or accounting for the stewardship. For me, if your argument they say law no there, this is what the law says. But anything say so or penny or appealing to emotions.
Any law.
It is never grounded in law. Say Chinchina to say the but mini abo amaka you know. Chinchina said okay witness statement to file it's not on oath said the worker no. Say affidavit that cost you any ade no. Two area justice apelka say obisa chachuchi kata say onim say the mere filing of witness statement no emane nye evidence it is a potential evidence
okay
enti just nipa na said okay no or yes our witness statement no say statement of truth no emane nye evidence on oath
okay
until say nipa na kwako gina dakan
ateno so na petitioners so arguments any o megina dakan impreko if say nye bibia ye out of the ordinary megina dakan. Now, Begina Dakanima, swear your own witness statement into evidence. What then I one assembly easy Baba Canimu.
If you make us say, said the boy Makai, why would my Begina court? Una what a sudi say, who a check court and say, who case no of happening.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, Miami cross examination, Miami BB, I may share money, man, I'm okay, can may say, and whom he say, maybe may so. To me, enforce no, and man, no, clear. Said, okay, I'm go to authorities, I'm go to case laws, I'm go to the rules of court to justify their decision. Anti-compellability of a witness. Men are me who may see me dance you. May file a witness statement say, may baby dear dance here. But the mere filing of a witness statement does not mean that will be a dance in Nibia, a bit you can be compelled such in now amount to box.
Okay. and council boy baby omo do say as of close of day enumere 5 o'clock e ko check e court o say court can say omo file o my addresses inti between addresses na court ka so omo file na ko say nka ya wada any application na chachukata petitioners no e dey aba no dey na be di kan
so metie upon chachukata here omo ka so mo file stay of proceedings
pending the review no me
pending the review
okay
and not just say no be adwuma dey not just say on hold on with addresses but man say Supreme Court e ka be busy on hold on with addresses ni dey me man say order no
what will happen to chachukata review now stay no our file no
oh say the chain is say until say you beka na asem na dey awie no ma o montoa case ni so
okay
na pete oche
okay into ochina no court city a review no wasem na obeka na addresses na obeje
we share the review no obeka
to rule on the review whether obema stay no and as
omo enye
ya fa say Supreme Court say ama a grant stay no say chachukata mra does it mean say then obetimi open the case and I say afa na obesan another application a odi be bie ni case be no why application for subpoena
say ye man kwan
yes for stay na stay no is in respect of what is in respect of
stay e che say de koso asem ni mu ni na yenyina asem ni na na
the
yes the be duru ni na no yenyina ho no mo me ento aso sanka ento aso ne sa ento aso ne sanka obi anfal na addresses so and you see no ono so hu say o asemi da ho ntie nka ntie stay proceedings no yenyina ho na ewia na de odi buy na ka wia na court na sa to aso
okay nti eno na oba be kan wasem
eno na oba be kan wasem no say eno de odi kan me ye sure say ba na wa file
okay
so
wa file addresses na stay no okay
stay addresses ni de me sure say be file because o file address na just say see no we ni case ya no ana me sure say de ye ko no onu fi say we wie
okay
and e bia na o nda so bi but that so so de see de kan no e be din
okay but mu bi enu nyina mo ka say e was say nka say chachukata na say petitioners betimi ama Jemensa begina say no ma e was so to me di adanse o explaining adverse witness no o ka say e was say utumi prove say nipa na dance no obedi no emu odua ma say nka court ni nya kwantie ya enka besesa say
eno no ye die nti a say ma kwan na usa ebie wo case ni so ya na court no adwo amodwe ne say case na nko yi ama ana obepe POKUAA no nyansa kwan bi so we bi toto mu no na obe dey obetutua
okay
it is an ade bad ya ene ye no ye ma kwan edi eye discretion for court ne pe but rules no very strict
but and also you grounded in law say court ne ma kwan say
yeah grounded in law omo start o POKUAA versus POKUAA omo start cases bebre so say before you be ma bi case mu na che say ade no evidence na dey ba no because who be case mu wi a che say evidence na dey ba adanse na dey ba so evidence no sanka initially ke ma kwa ma dey ba ya anka ni wait dey be ka no ma no eso pa betima dan case ni ana say ye ma kwa na say o hwehwe ya che say wo ye bibia say nipa wo ye wa dwene mu ho odi mu bibia but that's at that time na wo ye case no na eni ho but o hwe say also wo kaka ho say bi o case ade o be say bi o case ma wo ye ne say wo to dey yisi ni ba begina daka ana mu bu so mo question say na yisi na oba no onye oba as what and also adverse witness ana mo say na adverse witness no eni pa yi on friend so media dance ma ana also megina daka media dance ma ana wa dane ne ho atia wo ana wa ka kire court say sa witness we adverse witness and the entity is now pay me line of question na me busa me fa no call leading questions as if say me here no cross examination so that be me nya me answer because when the subana were there didn't
yes but council when you say chachu of fair a point wo honom say easy begina daka ni ma e betimi change the face of case we kra and therefore ruling na court so court am really we and e betimi comment say e was say court no at least enko de na dwene ko ho a ke betimi aboa
I'm say ade ba ko a enikwa say ye refi and say ye common law country ana ye believe in the adversarial system of litigation
and no na ordinary people no
adversarial na che say mimi na me no akokota mini umi no na ye ko diasi o for assembly na me from assembly na baby a evidence ko for ade bra So,
okay.
Unlike civil law countries na inquisitoria, and I say court so they be
to
na court na nkasa be gina mu. No, yeah. The way they there, you refuge na finfin. Ana we gina ha. And the nipa say obi na bo ma wo ye wa de. And the unim for criminal Supreme Court unim adibe Supreme Court be na bia o chena case no Ghana ha ye be da now. And the idea ya for years no. That's a whole case because of the office now holding into none no mawa. I just say adding.
Now, anya den chese council adding say because Supreme Court why be that. Supreme Court they take several decisions there. Said they are not near Matia Canon or what Danny any.
But I don't person Supreme Court we no. And none money keke. I bet than the nature of your legal foundation na ye a boy brana.
Na ye nyini ndru baby was a
na Argentina me wa court. Na o say obia antimi enya 51 50 plus 1 percent na untimi nkyere na so obi na mebo na be kyere oni bibi
because of the position of
the kan metewasity me no me obi uni say segere kan na nkonkoda court no power so e wo o hwe court act na so metimi afre no so omra media dance
obetimi afre easy
okay so omra
without even chachukra bebe
Dabi court bet my friends
court no ankasa
any evidence are bet my friends
okay
oh that I didn't say see asema abeto na ye kan e ya de ba kwa na me na anza amfo no sem frafra so asema ye kan e chachu petitioner and lawyers no mo so person mo twene ba
okay
enra no nchese ntimi mfa ne ma court no bet my friend no se court hwe asem na se ohun se ye nya no na ebeyi na se court no figi sa obet my friend na ba
okay lawyer bo hobi ma me
then madam say court e di asema per court act no
obetimi afred dance ni bia ma na
okay so omra but whereby ya court na wo fapin bi di gina so fapin no the first header na say ade din a esa wo cross no any say o case na person obi no they want me o case na e be do akofre witness eno na ade na edi bi case na mra no so awe want me and satisfy those conditions
okay
want oh mo yan tin
na e den na chachuko close in the case at that time no
sir baby adu no say the senior kan no say nka ko nimu a anko di kan na nko mo fe no about witness
omo frɛ easy back
yes
as no close in the case
yes say ko mo ye ya ena nke no anko wa be adverse witness na ka fit into the meaning or the real meaning or true meaning and I say you can't adverse witness one part of your adverse witness but this year no definition in qualify
because we close the case
there be one friend no initially no one friend so media dance here ma
eti na nka chachu betimi afrɛ ma me no kran sa no
close yes dance here afia say me chese here na me
na one friend no
eno na obi animu no onim say ba no say da bia na kwa say one way nti we say suli ya say da wo kan say go friend say me pese ma me bua me ne ehu a ana go friend na so media da kam obet ma friend na manaba ma court na friend so mra
ansa na chachu be close the case no
yes
na nka chachu betimi afrɛ easy amana be
aba so media dance
according to their law
abi o say adansi die
because earlier no wo kro ya wo kan say chachu any party the only nature man so ni kwan so betimi afrɛ o
dabi o the kind ni say
ba court na wo timi
afia yenti no mase say wo file witness statement say the civil procedure rules no I amended rule no order 87 no e kan no no wo betimi aka say onkwan ko di adanse
okay
na say wan ko di adanse a ye fa no say e atesem o betum say e atesem here say
okay
and the son you know because one kasa wo be wa de wajatu so and no unu me hwe conditions ne how I sit here me am frafra
okay
so ana we no one friend so media dance here ma one year adverse witness obi a wa friend say brabe gina dakam na be dia dance ma me na me ba ye no me ni ye na me ye no wansem ni bobra ana maka kire court ne say hey the mama we ya na say the first person here mo me na adverse witness ma me
okay
na emra wo hu na ese ni di ko na wato aso
okay ba me pese o che mu baby ana wo kan se na nka chachu e wo tumi se nko no afre ma me ne ba ansa na wo close the case e ho na pese o che mu no
che ene de lawyer na di animu ena minim de asema ne beka ndi say the witness straight na ba that's a lawyer na di animu ena o say madam si die we say adansi ni we say beba so far with the so far with the they are not but legally no ye ka para se ko do ko person ko ye no the oppressor ko ye maame no na say nya emre say wo yini because any adverse you na all can witness emfa
okay
what I say e better ba say impracticable because say witness statement say wan sign here won't mean for so no and ade ye sign so divan court what I say but you see second sana na ka church person ye nsanka sana tie na ka ko ye before na close the case and I say maame no frɛ no
ansa
a friend no say we witness ansana because before we witness abel witness this our friends so we need dance
it why na ma chachu close in the case no
tell na that's for us ye busa na that's for nasa
odo unim say na chachu aware of asem ya okay say na ko betimi afrɛ ma me no aba
ene de me ni na dwum me ntimi nkyere say na me ka say so be friend say ke be ye enye yie no ene no de another question.
Okay.
But mremu no se man ko pede a
kwan ne wo ho
se nka oprobi amara adverse witness dia e se nka friend as witness.
Okay. Can so asante no unim the entire church man use that strategy because una earlier we can about strategy court who's court we have strategy and sana dey court nye law no kwa na dey ko wo so hwe law nim no do strategy na ye the unim the entire church one friend ma me na ansa
me nini trim
okay
anyway but ubisa me pa dia and I make a change say, I didn't know, it took him by surprise. He was anticipating, say, or no close in the case we are. The respondent will call their witnesses.
In case of Ben or Mike and home,
respondents never or more witnesses. When you're quite across examine, my men.
Okay.
And one a lawyer boy American. Won't you mean a friend Obi? Say, strategy now, can strategy now, they call you no, I'm because so I said, my men amount to boxer. Other than who treating us an adverse witness in the first place
before cross not
now who here so because nipa no on your witness. Number 2 amount to box so how do you treat that person as an adverse witness and you know strategy ni collapse here
but nan ko betimi afa na say normal witness as an we close in the case here
say ade ni say me bo ade ni say witness na nyese opite na fa adverse but was yes in via okay yes in via ne subano ne bra obo adaka ni
ansa na wa qualify na
ansa na wo lawyer na ka say akwa we me hwe na asem na oni mu ame ana say ne subano wo ye no o mo masem
okay enti title na petitioners de mama me no at this stage
wrong fundamentally wrong
okay adverse witness you treat him as a witness of
in the
your
box.
Opponent
okay
said was okay enti ubebusa no questions but the questions will be leading just to said the beya and some now okay unfavorable near na I was obedi adanse ebo case no obegia ni suba asesa
na say council at this point sa qualification am okay nyina no je mensa na easy omo qualify because said that before omo be nyina na chachu nim say oye easy until therefore make can be supporting asem no and I paid the witness statement on our file no wa kire so oni ni side until does she not qualify as an adverse witness even before obejina adakerima na
not at all
I see and I mebusa obi to say okay na council bo amaka say chachukra na ntumi mfrem am no at this point because okope ne ho asem close the case so kon close the case and ko betimi afrem am no one ne ya adwen o
me ne ya adwen
okay
so me dey establish that point
okay
and I know can be you see court no enormous powers
okay
said okay Supreme Court na nkasampo
e betimi afrem am no
so motu
okay
on its own
so moto ni chese mulate ne nyo bia na ti ase nyo bia na kolo so no ono ade ne pe
na nkasa de betimi de omu tumi aka se maame no onye dey omra me dia dance eno ye power judges no ewo
okay okay enti ade na at this stage no judges no applies law no for the sake of baby Ghana because ejuma omo ye no senyo omo nko a ejuma no omo nu so omo ye ama Ghana man
obehwa say time was in a church an application I stand for correction. There was nowhere or appeal to the conscience of the judges say omo exercise say omo discretionary powers nanka omo mapa me no nya dey it is not about seven kasa tente emra ne ho
okay
there was discretion enti wo lawyer na wo ye wa advocacy no wo na was a wutimi appeal to the conscience of the judge wutimi kasa convince omo say because of this no constitutional provision special office and yet without saying say because of that no judges no omo use omo powers discretionary powers say the be bua country any niam bia anko yie no ye betimi ade adini ye hu ni stewardship na account no
okay
but kasa bebre na se wanka ubetimi the application ko ubetimi aka obro fu e wo wiase nyina but the meat the bia was otimi ka na ma court no eye convince ejitum say ampa we die emra no posisi by your discretion asem na wo kan wapaya you see sometimes
but council that no me say na chachu can discretion you want some more court just that one case court no one case wo to me but the case law now cite here no I don't remember say this one and earlier application the cases are cite here and say mamiri betimi abas an adverse witness but last one they one so one cite case be akra the last okoti bible no mum there but according to the UK the obetimi now chachu can now appeal to the court itself say court no find the 2 minute frage mesamra
I don't want to go there but who be say me too late because
even though review no
no see a discretionary sir so ti baby ya koduru no for me you can preempt me enka ho asem but then review there ya na sparingly judges no omon tie and na ne omo ano sa in most of the cases
I see
and tiana the strategy is say upese if you are aggrieved and I say when you anye atemu bi ho the better option where special cases so that is not what I'm talking about in the normal way no instead of going for review no if I were the lawyer meko appeal
na upi supreme court ubetimi akọ appeal be
because in the normal
okay
but because this is a special case no for me this review well yenyama mpedi
mo pass say na o kan say nanka chachu betimi appeal to court no wankasa na court no wankasa use no tumi ama ordinary
like you were saying you number forcefully drum home that point because for me say if you are the law not to nchaya as I see radio for frame and I make a no them say my personal opinion and I'm saying not really name and I'm saying I'm not preempting but legally it will be very difficult for the woman to be compelled because of any man and the way strategy we use here but the demrane to nchaya busa my personal opinion me medie and come I mean nyinem
that was also my position earlier.
Legal acceptance for the sake of accountability,
sir.
Public demand, and
transparency,
for
future elections.
It doesn't matter who wins the petition or not. Ebe buaye, ama ye mra no ayede. Akọ animu. Me masema me kan se ma mi ojinemu, we nyinemu. Mimi hom die. Minim ba bia, mi gina. In
terms of
totality of you know mean nka say ebe ko ha
okay
o hwe ade na
as a lawyer no hwe say dey for na
we nyina mu anse sa hwe and that is it no amount of cross examination or whatever say petitioners le benya omo ani benya respondents le benya omo ani benya etimi no je obejire mo no ya me ko say dey minim na America etika ba boa no legal ebe boa Ghana man nyina ama ye nyina ye hu say we di choka na esisi mi wa ha o ena ha ya fa we anka ho ni ade ti ma me ebusa wa ede na si ho na nchiremu bia wo bia
now they are two that in fact unua mo unua Professor Sare atro bibisa say ono mpese obete so obi kra gina baby a oka the issue about say where the court has the right to do this and do that obi enim say court no were right so obeye say ana so obeye say but ono so gidi point ana wo make earlier say de be na Ghana ye abato homra ne beko nanim Ghana abato beko nanim emra afa abato nso beko nanim ti no enka wo say court no push ma me no mo be gina daka nim
I agree
and do you think that any on that basis na Dominica yini asem o kasa say we omukọ ana court na ma ruling court ko be say bia court no so wa adwin bi woni timre da na
in fact
another contempt contempt said e bi muka no
enura doctor ine me lecturer na in fact enura after a court no nsem na okeka na if you am reho kakra
say say hu
because asem a ye di a ye nya nwie na timi ka say Supreme Court for no conduct no smacks of a predetermined agenda against the petitioners. Major woman just say number 1 we lawyer ni, number 2 o try dey university law faculty, number 3 why your deputy attorney general say mra shape bedwani ade say do di kaka and say foot soldier bi no gina ni baby and no oni mra no okeka je o kana a different but to be a winning ra now winning say Utimika can say I say judges my judgmental. Utimika said you disagree with them, but to say that they are wrong.
Now Utimika said judges are wrong.
I listened to him yesterday and I was shocked.
But we are lawyer, the judges my judgment. I want to mean say we are wrong.
You can only say that
only
okay. With the, but if you say they are wrong, that one, the professional ethics, you know, a man who can say also yes sir.
Into we no bet me citing for contempt and BB sir.
It is up to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Because for me, and not scandalize it, the Supreme Court. And he went on to say other things. And what they
predetermined,
you know, in Accra or Chakakrama. To say acquire emotions. I said, I took off from now Tony Akaka. Because of course, I said, again, now if your mammy for being I don't know how authentic or true that is. And they answer no, my yan say, or must have finally joined that. How far that is true. That is
I think I also got that information from my find my file.
Now, one person join it. Easy chapters in the mention to the sea. So I didn't acquire say, oh my much is a move route to be a
that's one now can strategy was him. But he said, oh, the mammy, but not still out twice. Supreme Court are overruling or more application now. They have to now find another way to bring the woman.
Not just any strategy, but sound strategy.
Yeah, now is it not in the law if they bring the woman? The mammy never can one.
But for the we startling developments about the review, the stay of proceedings about. Can you do even address stage at say and Kachina Krano? Highlight arguments of their written addresses, based on which the court would have given a date for judgment after they have argued orally on the highlights of their written addresses. And Kenya applications from that at the end of the movie say or your material party the presence a bebwa ama court no unravel all issues in mystery no and then more apply if you think you wanted to apply last minute because but
again
I can be in Canada on the CI 99 madam Marietta no oye editor and
okay so, a former AG
no
yes CI 99 I see
and now omu making sure say a normal bebrea a ma 2013 petition no a drag ye bebre no delay na be pa ba ko ni say join that application said will be account this time around no sa no money na e di ka trot to work say if amendment no no mo tun timi amend
wa affidavit
because only say Supreme Court bibi on be bia no omo policy reasons behind it omo hu say the more na attention wo man ni mun ha no man ba ko say 8 months anashina mbo e ma o man mpuntu ni nko the day time around no Marietta now Attorney General
former age na
yes omo kutru no money na di go so ana issues of interrogatories is no money na bobo ni na free.
Oh wow, we are very interesting.
Oh yes,
Ono under hand.
By 2017 by into force, but bibia oya to ho. And oya bibia to ho. E do ho akwete said the EGYASO na said wo sumo afidie ma kokuo na say ayi one. It is issue no. Okay, but seven ya na nze law no enye obi na te ase. Edi ya na ye kan emotional aspect na bosa amanfo ne makoma didi but onim mumem fa issue nto. Se papa ipa no onim se bia abeba ni se ya. Anko di kan no na ade nipa na ba court. Joinda no bibia wo na esa obi all right. Nze nipa ko ne pa no on fa file miss joinda. Se ade a odi mi ababa yi me nimpa so bi onti mi frim. Na afia watra wa hu se Supreme Court ka che say you see as a body no are different from mame no electoral commission to me nka say mame no electoral commission so I feel na also kwakofa na babeka ho ba bia stage ya duri
ase council mu nyina mu mienu nyina mu gitum say at this stage no anya say at this stage from the beginning of case we be see enne is very crucial and for that matter Jemen say crucial wa say mu ese say otumi gina adaka mu say mu nyina mu gitum
me know you are perfectly because here and maybe ho no ma still lingers on.
Yes.
I won't go for a dream. You see, perception are very dangerous because you see, idea will be a dream. Untiming clear not. It will be a film. To me, they not come me paper there, but approach ya. Tell Chikata you see in law. No. Fundamentally, most of them are wrong. Yes, because you see, I don't know. Kosi and Kosupina will be now. Busa said there and answer what you must adverse witness. I brought quite a panel friends or a witness. Now, what close to case we also be a case. And I wouldn't be a baby at the mrato home. If you be a baby at the mra at home. Any idea? And do it to me, I saw best be a case now by Anthony Biama. And where they can you say, I didn't show BBR because witness Ben here, what back court? What say, what they Abanobia 50 plus 1 vote and a percent. 50% plus 1 vote. And the Abano Yanko run. And then at the back court. I need to know, Untimi, and no so now for new asset. Now was a chinchina. Obi or Tinny Bear being an answer, you know, no mumuna, or Babu do asset. And all, as I know, oh, first of all,
but Council, when I miss mean, Tewase Papa, because given the peculiar role ECA play with elections, and elections be a muno. And yes, can't we say, bet me distinguish normal court procedure from this particular one? Because we dear, if easy, and any pafuphobia, any organization fuphobia, because of the special nature of Omutumia Omukuta or public elections, I was here, they rules no, at one chain. Naka de amokano legal activism I must say court na
Afia you see I do in your first time now 2013 ABC bedding of proof and shift it there's a word was some quiet no one else with me kire say asem na mpa you are evidence na standard that ya twa to say adansi standard that esa wo twa na ultimate board judge for na dwumi hu zampa what me akire say obi anu a unya 50% plus 1 vote. Sadly, idea key at the Honoma, Yaka 2013, no mu use ye. The only difference was a case in Nana said, where dear my minister on your day was on testify. Was on testify. Was the way the meme say, may share case not there banana, make a mini be as I may account to me. So what I say, Obian downplay the fact that say, my mini played Tiger rule in the whole process. And I can say, but approach a person watching big that they come and Remuno and Fakwem. So I can and Fakwem. A Jadananka, Salam Senior Kayano. And come to me crying to me and mount a very strong advocacy. Nanka judge the own judge in country of macho. Okay, Nanka move first our route. But you see, when you come formally in the form application, now almost when they tell me about they say there was who now, but don't ever not the buy. Okay, but oh, yes, I'll tell you to catch myself. Yes, sure, court act in more. Oh, sessions, ABR, session 62.4, another session 58, another session 63. These are here, Uber to me, GYASO, yes, Samo, Munas, my man, mon friend and runner, or my church and Simumayan. So, but we now know one connoisseur. One connoisseur. And I walk for quite of fastness on the court, ready to me say, you're more quite a man who trusts us and 2 and yet.
Okay. I want to Mammy call back to Asemana a Mamunia map of Sasari actual about this the whole issue because now can't me with says at this point, you know, so Mumu be who petitioners no petition on Monday by because one of our more arguments on Monday, I'm going to attach copies of a friend saying pink sheets. A dear dance, yes, say there was your friend saying declaration at ECA was wrong. Obi 50 or more. That's the beginning of the case because the first issue no is whether or not or more case to answer in this matter. But I make call Professor Sari there. Professor Sari say Article 130 is the 130 is the only path to defend the Constitution as mandated by Article 3. Because the Supreme Court has original and exclusive jurisdiction in interpreting and enforcing the Constitution, the decision to decline the jurisdiction must not be taken lightly. Professor Sari argument back on 3. Given the exclusivity of the court's jurisdiction as it pertains to safeguarding the rights and liberty and promote and protections as promised in the Constitution, the courts must operate on the presumption that it has jurisdiction to hear cases raising constitutional questions that is of course is rebuttable by opposing parties. Okanyama bebre, one of the things that jurisdiction must be determined as a preliminary matter and must never come as a surprise to the parties or be the court's ultimate decision after hearing all arguments and promising a decision in 6 weeks. Which speaks to case management now. Shasi na wokase.
And they
said the Russia seminar cry.
Oh, if it said there, so we do show here normally so kokota how only your mad direction we na CMC no yaba case management company abusao. The way is label evidence no so the court na kan say na why na I find say attachment and say exhibit. Na yabusa we and for say na befa or operational checklist ni na check also. So but we na say even kwa na ohwe mu anya imum de but ohwe grant ka issues na come be determine ka parties ni na etake party net. So na ka bia whether or not no candidate was able to attain blah blah blah. Okay. And but we know obi are fairly there ba no mo akodi decide beto.
Court na decide issues.
Yes, no obi ni court no uni to me say the court na be kan e fa na issues on na adwin but anka ya na normally no ye ma wo lawyers no issues like enta me ka say that aspect ni there as o mo pro mo ho kakra. So and is ntem no mo pen so na bibre ba fa mu. So etina ka ho no ko mo to mbo acha because the fact that there is not even the usual trend and as a case there will be our opinion case now later I can confirm another witness I file witness statement. Normally no come we be court ma order we share CI 87 now do court na be kire say we need can file onye we the esenga normally no what do asem koye no wona ye ma di kan de e file. Okay. And the yes we be some few days be na senior akata also file there bra but we na sa aspect na oh ekwaye ase de ofo chi asa be fa bibia betum bi no e di na me kata sa aspect committee manage ni ho ni yie na komoto mo boa so ana go bi ehun say witness say ni we na kamede be ba nipa say so
okay council one of the issues unua Professor Sari raised is that there's a worrying offense and trend. First, in the point 5 now say where a plaintiff demonstrate that there's a prima facie issue of interpretation, enforcement, or an enactment made ultra-virus, the court has a duty to hear the matter and decide it on its merits. It's where the court is denying jurisdiction, say we will decline an invitation in this matter. Say asem we fire enya asem a issue. For instance, say ma me no embe dia ebe jina da kemu no court we say enya asem a emrana kadada say na unua lawyer ka no CI no ho dada nti enya yen, but he is arguing say where say plaintiff no nipa no de asem ne ba akoto etumi ama adansi aba be dey it say in this is here is no hia wa asem we mu it is a me kra na man frɛ no a where the court established that there's a prima facie case say wo man fa na ma ebe ma asem na be chia no the court should at least accept the invitation na ko omfrɛ na ko mra.
You see AFIA even though the court no sa power say even though almost fair witness court said odi kaka court no
to me
but when was a would demonstrate the question is in this instant case no petitioners no almost me establish a prima facie case a warrant to say the Supreme Court should exercise that discretion towards the line now can Supreme Court everyone quite so to be departed from decisions near maybe a emranisi say but in their own wisdom no ebia ye ni say beboa law no ebeboa ama goal e be say achieve no ebetimi aye but who bet na na aka say me am di me case aba no me pese Supreme Court na boa me na omo boa na ye frɛ adansi ni am pese busa na say so far what is on the table
but lawyer no na Professor Sari argue say in the interest of justice say the ba tente ni be ye adwuma na ni pakro de asem na eda ho no ebe boa ochene bia asem a ye bedi nti no ma court no mfa tumi no ento parties no de asem na ba no nko aso but nka wo say court mfa tumi ni hye ni sem na fe ofre just for the sake of justice.
Yes, if you will be there for substantial justice.
Okay.
I don't know that emra no say ba je hwemu a ye kono mra no sa finchi mu a e di bia oyo no bia na say emra country no. Sir. But that substantial justice, you know, Supreme Court and our court to be exercised, you know, arbitrary and capriciously. I was say, who differ pin be near maybe go. Ne convince judges, you know, and our court, you know, the entire was a do embrani say but said the ebe ya ebi ebe boa oman no ebe ma empuntuo ne nkoso ye mra na kɔ nanim said na wo ka no ye nkɔ strictly by what the law says but ye be the party kakra
okay
na ya free I know the Supreme Court between us but enye omo na and was a omo yama wo na was a wo demonstrate bibi ema omo to to that invitation
and you did not you okay council
you see Afia, ye omoye a first examination. Busa question be critical questions. You busa almost say train polling agent. Almost say I omo. And you busa almost say na obia nya copies of that pink sheet now very polling stations no. Almost say I omenya. And the Afia, and it's a one to me and can't judge ni say. Ma me na me friend na ba no. Mimi normal me de ba ko people kika bo mu na no e ma mi sei ana se me ye no ebi yensanka ana se yenkofo yemfa bi ama wo mu enti ade kwa di bedi adanse be ba ko to ka ye nibi but here is the case ya busa wo se wa train nkofo obi anya sheet ni bi wo se an obi anya bi etunim asam no wo mu se ye pese from amino but ye hwe ne yie na wo na wo de wasma court wo se obi anya ade no ena wo dance die kata e kire se asebe wo hwe de uru ashedim katia ba ya wa be court sebe o se o ka sampling tete sample na de ba na bebre o ho na de aka ne wo henfa ebuoi
de aka ben
what say court what say the vote party na de ba no
okay
sampling na bebre wo ho na sebe wo ba court say yemfa you don't go there you na sampling there mama na sampling tunim asem na ngasa no ade bi o mo hwehwe sia na ade ne wo ho anase ni ho document bi o mo hwehwe aba yisi ne wo ho anase ni ho no enti afre de be biem na mpese yisi ne emusa yemfa ni musa no tunim se wantimi ansa ne convince na wantimi am present a very strong argument said the entire you because me judge na so busa me sa ka me nyimra yisi ne manemra question me busa na no busa say pink sheet no obi anya bi police stations ai ye busa wo o daka mu mo se ai mo training mu ko for yo mo se ai sheet no so mo sane bi mo se ai mo sane ana mo ka cha say wonim say wo sane wan sane o ensesa de wo so no o tumi provide video bi wo ha mo se bi ni ho and so nini na ka bom ni na no munya ni na document bia ana se sia so come website bi bia ho.
Yeah, but the fact that BBI doesn't make it authentic though, because don't forget NDC and signed 3 regions resource out of the 16, and now Oma contested some of the even the constituency resource and so. So into the fact that go easy website and say 100% assemuni NDC from day one Oma raising issues about easy. Even the publication of results on the website, I exercise at a point twice in a row. It's a raising issue.
And the signer by no enchichirimu amana. Enchichirimu ama say instance some can be used total valid broadcast or broadcast. It you be enchichirimu. You be my correction in the Bible to one.
But and no so na NDC pese petitioners pese ma me be gina da kanum. Na even cross examination or mo check say correction so called correction no correct na Monday ya baba jama ba ha ye argument say even the correction no there was a mistake in the correction
and me fan say
and the correction no has not been done.
Afia me to say em fan say sanity and una wo kasa say correction wum and the other na nko gina court na nko prove say correction
omo so prove
when fa
okay examination de hu ye
no yes because you see you busa omo say o figures are the back court when the figures say ebia me ye media wie no me hu say so ashorty and as I say abe kan one as I say but we dey wo kwai no we say there be who so probi there me one document ni na so copies e di sanka o timi de wo de ne ba ya say na wo na do waso ba court asem na wo gumi hwe ni ye wo akwa bi de say wo na wo allege o wo na wo ka wasem na wo raise allegations and na wo ba court and I will pass out chess as I don't know who need document and as be a channel using a mebo. Meanwhile, Obia some Obia copies. And it's a mistake so much. And you walk the owners now said the burden is on you to discharge. Let's just say, and pa, you can't say sheet we bo mu ye say ni na wie no ekeka 275 ni na wie ye no any placement fi enya but o buy na sa no money na wantimi anye
okay cancel me ba ho na me nkofo questions o mo dey send ni bi cancel ba choko o na wo floor here now me want to person make you comment
na boy ma come na boy make assembly I say doing cross examination especially we senior Justin amenu vo there na said you know bisa say who trained agents one of the questions are busa witnesses no mobile for petitioners no say omo hwa form no so no say one sign after the bibia or no one sign there is a column provided for the reason here one sign or refer no to a number of them and obusa bisa omo say one sign but when we say there is a column provided for one sign the entire one sign
no
meanwhile omo ntimi ama answer
but it doesn't invalidate the results. Say the facts of mine chile the entire man say no man results na wrong.
Sure, man wrong. The onus was on you to prove it. If say bibi ko bonintina one sign and was say what at the chrono mo journalist ana
wasanya ekwenya kwasa aba court ti ba bekire
e wo court no
say adi we say ye kabo mu ne ye say ni na no madam emfa but one say ono so play smart if you say na wa de was smart back court when timi an kire say ma ye me na ma kire I don't know what I say
is easy ne a first lawyer amenuvo enye legal tricks and omu use dia so every adaka na
oh say adaka mu jano so onim in as much as say ye ka national interest no sometimes psychological damage in effect so so onye obi na ebi obetime agina adaka makasa say de I said in Katia Munyasa could do no man. I don't know who say I didn't cry now the aban okay no and idea what that tight. And be over no be a good in master. Me can't take on yes, I may Gramano. Ebi or share as a one as a meeting baby because I didn't crowd the buy no. Say, God dear, cutting baby tre me say. Ye canny nabo movie, no. Any placement I knew we are. Now, Freddy, I have a damaso. Now we heard the equanas, my cabia. Now me him one, but where the old buy no. All information be at your disposal. And to the also say vote no, so be a 50% na plus 50% plus one vote now. Say no be a nya. Up to now you can say won't mean.
Okay. Council me reading phone be comment yam brand yam wrap up your comments na fe. Ya fe anunsi Abrantia John Kwame Yankson no say petitioners so far no only lawyers na argument omo ye no ekọ fa akose omo ntumi improve omo case substantially enti no na ehọ any omo problem no Neo Data Mills no say honestly if you are be why fair pa everyday bia no lawyers ade ba no boyen ema omo church nsem na kwashi apieche. And also, Chachu is arguing with the judges, but not appealing or persuading them. Naka was said Chachu Sira wom said the lawyer Oscar Asantino or Sira woman court and Ankata wo other mameno into the box. Ebo church and also I'm enjoying the show pa. If you please call NDC neck. Say omuntie pa ni fu soldiers so to one omkekasa but we a law and independent lawyers HHM Johnson Ejumaze and Oka say Chachu is always challenging the lawyers. Nti yes lawyers no court nkram for mu to me wow. Frederick Buari not VIM lady invite any law VIM lady invite not any law but was if omo MPP lawyers but we mo MPP lawyers o omo di omo ku obi antwi omo ka ha na no evra sheshe akotampo criers o keke biama easy na judges better matter have you been paid is it free legal service obi asoma se kabima easy dwene ho na di ulemu ya preko no say efia ya preko say efia you bring MPP lawyers to your program but you intentionally call them independent lawyer mo de obi amba pamata me efia krama pamata de asem na de ebiem mo ko pensu obi num kra na mo nya complain edu das mon was NDC should give us a break ade na no ani Chachu nim mistake kitukiti bi no ye na person hiding ti and adane no brofo ka e wo court no and I say if me I don't understand lawyers no any petitioners in case na omo kan ye and na Adomako Albert no see the whole issue is NDC wants her in the box said e ba ma me no enfum so kakra bi odbo ye no mudi begu nanim ase eno ano no ti ma me no empese obekọ box nim Nikos McWise, so Vim lady, I just love the way our will show. Now don't miss us on air. Thank you, Nikos. And Johnson, what the message about Charles Quachino say if you are please stop what you are saying. Just listen to the lawyers. What you say. And a branch your pre-com message. If you say any West guy and was say which lawyer in Ghana is not political if you are now what I will send the message you are political and I can say lawyer do you do Mukraya mentimasi. Oh dear, you think you have a right to be political? But lawyer also to turn electricity, turn petrol, they're more political. The what is the crime about somebody being political? Seriously. Steve Okofuna say, failure of J. Mensah to be cross-examined will let Nanado be tainted as the president forever. Into Mpeno go into the box and go and determine an issue. Emmanuel Ofoyo say, Vim lady, stop blackmailing our party. MPP, we are very democratic. No, dear, mumpe criticism. Sami Bear Kono say if you are this is immature political commentary. Montana on a money say immature. Obi Kasana Atana yes young politics 20 years in the year analysis at Chema. Elections will move come. Me can say MPP will have a difficult election. Went ye. Otia be send me ignoramos statement to say. Me chairman general and I'll send a message. I mean Kevin Joe. I'll just answer you. Me need to Sache majewra mo abotre no. And then Atani appear to say this is unnecessary. Be smart. And one no. Apanate. Actually answer no. James Epafio Ejuro say the judges ask James Udi atem I won't read your comment. What I say. And Johnson Ejumaze hold the message about Elvis a champ say I've listened to almost all the lawyers in Ghana who are not tagged with political flag. Obi be kasa yesisei munja lawyers no mon kan law and Joseph Kobinano say if you are the judges should think about Ghanaians, not NDC and MPP. They should think about the growth in the law. Ohinam Pedu Alfredo say through party no case no ya mutu adie asem na no said the year 2012 no sa pepe na fi eye Ibrahim Carlos or see we have NDC delegates or see we the NDC delegates told you about changing our flag bearer in 2024. Have we the NDC delegate told you about changing our flag bearer? Me ya analysis o boss, you don't have to tell me anything. Food soldiers na chairman me yeah. Unde onimtia. Kwakwapia no see if you are trying everything possible to defend NDC. Me say see obi me MPP. Say I'm trying to defend NDC. Vim lady abre. Brockman Annabelle, no, so after 3 witnesses by the petitioners, Tachishikata still want to bring this woman into the box. And also, again, once they say, "Ana lawyers need him," say, "Na kobeti me the naba." Or say, "If you are a pa, fe na mate and semna se pa." Thank you to the EFRS lawyers. Nana kwache appears in Nana Macau message. Ezekiel Ampon or say, "If you stop what you are doing and just listen to the lawyers." And sister EFRS and POKUAA. Nana POKUAA, say if you are good evening, watching you from Pennsylvania. Happy birthday, Nkoma Unuaba ABY. Yenina Estrenya Koponso Shano, na Oman and Quatenti. Junior and Ponsano, say if you don't understand the law, look at 2020. I'm putting myself in the shoes of Ubia Otiena Uncle Law School. No. And Amukojo, no say I don't like politicians because they preach about the stars. But no maka people for cry na ache. Ezekiel Ampo say 70 senkofo ntiasia they should go back to the court. Abrantie Samikoi one day will quote Leviticus. Cry the ababe ye argument, but then he goes on to say that the rise and fall of NDC will be a history in Ghana. Pacho, don't forget the 2012 election petition MPP for Luzui in court. And Abrante was say POKUAA Boache Afia was say I'm really enjoying learning something today from your lawyers. Okay FM Yakopo Enshamu papa. Walanyo wa Akotia and say Dr. Baumia and his team in 2012 gathered all the hardcore evidence. Woman's fast statisticians cry momo auditing my woman's and omoko court. That is why Dr. Koja Freja Bejina Dakem because he had no option but to come and testify. Nasa one auditing. Now the case be aba o si easy wonko nyina dakem ana ono so the case oye awode abeka ho eno no Spirit Frank o say if you do you think the person you sent to court as a witness no obeye u case amawa na o say if you stop defending NDC penda boatima South Africa say if you today Vim lady you are NDC pa today you are MPP pa enti Vim lady onya den from South Africa say Vim ye wadwuma wate obiya kwesi no se Yakopon sha Vim lady no lawyers na wo studio in fact and now mama mate law na si o and na Ricardo Boatin or see these lawyers are very good pa see VIM lady ya ta for omo bra wo ma church and say mama na ya tin 7 asipa si poku was see these lawyers are very good pa they really helped me to appreciate issues no Solomon Kwanza no see these lawyers are not going to see tell the lawyer say yeah NDC we are not going to beg the judges or the court so omo ndi case in my omo for omo ho Abeku Wood and see derailment thanks to Chachu or if UK and or there about Philip Edu a champion and also watching from Facebook a data center Albany Ohio was here if your lawyer see woman you good papa and another poku ban or see if your lawyer Chachu is speaking grammar and not supporting his grammar with law any a year bebuano Kwame Mafo no see if you I don't want it why obisi obema is cannot say I don't want it na J Berryman no say what a good lawyer Sechachu or any of these lawyers kwa won illegal team ni manka case no obenya easy chensene asesi ano oye ni case no e wo court Chris Eje no say if ya tell the NDC lawyer said the EC is not going into the box into amon per strategy foforo am de be compel EC no am aba adaka no emu Kwadwo Opoku David no say if I'm watching live from Takrade my name is David Kwadwo yada se pa na Ankama Suleiman no say miss you VIM lady yes say wasaba na wo my issues no pa na afi see Opoku maka o message see Emery Eunice no say NDC all the way why ya de hwemo pa Daniel Fache o say good job sister fia mo ye adwuma obi do ba fia na afi Kwame ka chie se mo hwe obi do ba ne France fo nyina e chiam papa Kwame ka chie wo Italy any Copenhagen so ya o konso o te wonso ya da se pa se hwe ye e wo Facebook na afi Sonny Wood of senior no say only NDC understands their case o as asem ye omo ye di omo kwa na ti ase obi a enti ase Michael Educhum eso o chef from Virginia lawyer in the studio no is good pa na we why Chachu case no crime no e studio ho because nka Chachu appeal to the court said the Ochem said the court can compel the EC to testify no ka EC awie any case Timo Obuate no say Mahama Bre part 1 and 2 Chachu no amboa Mahama kra e court Enshaba Teresa AJ and now so e ka say EC will never mount in the box say we na omo entiase a ene no so ontiase also Spain and ohwe e da se bebre say send a message all the way from Spain e can so yen hwese e beko maybe political commentary enkofo make more as lawyers no what do you make of that e was say to aso ne man nkofo NDC wi a na ma samije mfia bekasa na Kwadwo Oponkro so bekasa are this not contempt no mudidi agro na
you know I thought I am a problematic kakra because of the choice of words that omo use no and most mudi enkrofo anim momo na moye nim before they look up to omo the omo beka no eno na ya omo de kokoye adwuma I say obeka ya ye senior Frank Davis after one of the court proceedings can send him omo e ma ne warning and Dr. Aine there was a day bi o ha when the proceedings was going on the gestures and to a man a warning. And to me feel say with that warning no more demand no. And can run some no kind, go circumspect can crack. Better than no say. And to the American say, a political actors in Penifono Mudi or when Assem na Coso. And Yomunyai, Emma Judge for no. Or more Assem no mumfa or more a verdict, Emra. Na ubia yemu baby abekora kusina Ghana enkoneni.
Council
me bra penny me ya dream pa na on say omani ye wo mu no asumdie ne ye hwehwe enti se kasa bi ho no mu na se bia sebi out of personal interest binti na no man ko ya ma na wo ka na wadwene ho bebiri because se ba se obetime adwene every go mu akra obusafo na ondim for mu nko ebi beka ha this a breach boy bi beka enti wo ya dia na wadwene ho tutu na sebe mpenifo na omo ye lawyers na omo wodi bre no omo kasa no omo nkofo omo di omo chipase de senior kan nti omo hwe omo kasa mu ye se de be ya we ni so be se akose de bibi be se akoye na de be ko bia no obi amfa no sa na ye ntrem enye de ya sebe enipa na edi omo no so nti nipa so be di so na me da se
ba council na me pese mbusa wasete being cast a judge assembly there, but what is your expectation for the next stage, you know?
The next stage
of the case, applications. So,
me to me sinigena, but me who say
Kaza ya musro court na.
No. Say who say asem ye gusi udi. Omo echira say nyame ya adom arguments be koso. But personally, me dey meaning baby a ebeko. Ba me ntimi nka. Madwini
bu ka kan obey contempt.
Sure. Objectively, meaning baby a ebeko. But me ntimi nka bra court ngasa.
Okay.
But court ka say we dia, metimi akade ntia na me ka say. Na be ko say.
Okay. But can what expectation be for the next level of application?
Uka bibi na anya careful because onse lawyer court sometimes no ahwe ubenya confidence bi pa wo mu pa ahwe na ma fans but ube wi na nyame amoa afi na say baby e wa adwenda sometimes kwa na case ado court kwa na argument nya na judge ka be use the dia asem or the totally different thing ka be to be bow na wo dia no kwa do bogu baby cry ndi omo yo ma dey wi na say ye ba na say dey was o kan we betimi aka.
Okay, the normal trend is say when you dey ope and obenya before the court. Send your court in pay. Okay. And that is the reason why lawyers be break say court no ruling as the court pleases. Only choice yeah. No funny say. Ekoye mo say. Mo can say.
So far we be as the court pleases for how.
Oh yeah. Anything I made any braba no ha. Anything I made any braba in some of the areas no. It council say na ma say e wo e friend say enkomo amone aba be bo money akopon hia mo say mo be boy am ya telo na sin fact na obi a kan fo mo say mo ba ye no e na motimi aboa because normally know the political if one ba na ye kan law no ba na adane a bit of politics. But a more independent but said the number church mu say na kacha chukura betimi before closing the case no. But still I went to me and chemi mu say why na kacha chachu so on closing the case at the time of closing here. Still I went to me and kai
on say if you are the chair say on the litigation or formatting follow. So on the bia court madam for the mass maybe and the chance was ba be jina de kabadi. Aya na test by intense bebre. Say obi asem bi contentious part say ni wo ho pa na say mini adanse e di em say taking about surprise wo ho e di won't blame me bebre because normally as a work ball no wonu say each side be 11 players the all quarters will be na be gina mu a obebusa on questions and I go for adintra
well Lord no see a very interesting part yes very interesting very interesting entina Abrantia Bako Camfo, first George Eze, was a lawyer Oscar Santiro, no submission, a good man power, take and send Bibrasi, and now Kwame Mafo Soka say a lawyer Bama, boho. As I said, there was a canina, kind of pepper. In fact, the point you made, send Kachachu Betty Miama, appeal to the court, Nanka court, not or that easy. I'm wabejina adakanimno. Anyone wants a one can in Taman Church. And as a man of Casins, you can be a cabin watch at Chama, as we have one. Kwame Kitchen or the petitioner, no evidence now, oh, Yana, a munye duno, and no Kahona at this point, I say, or Popo, and Unti, and I or force us to be sign a friendly case in being Kenya's idea and Coconim. Joseph in Ketiaso or Virginia, no see good job. If you are a high life radio, or fire on a high life radio, Capito, Numia Denia of Virginia. Odo binti o say good evening Vim lady no lawyers am studio good job done pa lawyers no studio in fact Monday no so enjoy but de why enjoy pa because lawyers are fair and very independent Odame Francis so ka say if you money adwuma wo in fact one my yet and 7 bebre asepa akwachi boy Charles so say good job if you are your abroche na ATM in fact ye to de bia te sense ma organ na ya ma hyen na wo ba say na my lawyers be cheche mu na ye koma ato fam ya tinsem na see na J Berima and also if you a good job pa me hwe mo London na and my enjoy discussion of Frederick Buari and also can say you know in Ghana here that there are many who know the law. All of them will give different interpretations of the law but when we do court to them one ma and abe who said the law no etiete be ya mo me nyina said the lawyers can nya ma court no chena you do one man you be hu the court no ebe kan e wo ho no mo pokwa frɛ e that say was sending message say please ask lawyer my say what figure did J Mensa use to declare the election results? I'm saying lawyer would decamp what say total valid vote and a total vote cast. O can be sir.
Na any there say me there or call my website or go hu there or mean to me because I'm use.
Omuntu ya woka I lawyer na first manuvo. No be obi busa kwachi bi say na manuvo no free no ba na dada den ya no. So now confront
is immediate past secretary Ghana
Ghana Bar Association secretary. I see. Now confront tell ordinary people need omo ma court ni bi ntino. Ntina omo busa say. Nkofo say as we been na omo nim baby ofri as all of a sudden. Ohaha nani wo court no so anache say the fans no. Ekosro sa abusia fo me fesi ane mfa na se kese e ma lawyers wo munyina so nkope nsi obi nware nkope abusia fo no so enhwe wo so enka wo lawyers e damase be lawyer fo kese mienu a e no mbe bo aye ma ye discussion on petition no election petition no lawyer Oscar Santino wo tema ho na oye na adwuma se lawyer sanso na lawyer akwasi boate mbo ama enso won kran ha mienu nyina no mbe bo aye ye te ensamna so wa wuti yi GYASO so my say that pa wo send you messages I've tried the same kinkan message na kwaku adu pako was JJ Rolling scroll through mu am ya any party NDC na mama asumdwemra na fe mu concentrate on the next elections and David Kaneshi was a good job if ya Joseph Kobina also me hwe Italy adamasi bebre Ezekiel upon us if you we love you good job partner lawyers ababe na na J Berima was a good job if you nyakopon sha wo so nyakopon sha say wonya abotre na wetietie cases no enyina na issues na ye raise no de amaye yen to us no chna ye nyina ye follow discussions so enye nkwankonu ase nkomo ankofo bebo e na obetie ye nyina ye kakra no ye de wiwa to yokotodwom ama obi ehun se ampa kakra anye ye kura no yenso yesua law no ebi abusiafo yana mase ma munyina mo enite producers no mbo aye me de dwumedie ne bra munyina yewra Isaac ka ho ene mo ancho di na ma me de bia na makwa akobo di na producers mienu no mo di akwa confuse me Isaac eduomi ena odame ena ebu aye me ye production nyina Frema ene ko Johansson ena ye social media ne sound nyina ho adwuma ema nyakopon ya adno de yenkwache ya next week ye de dia kana beto am na mum executive producer ne Dr. Father Dixon Adama ena de bia ye ni no ebrem we did the VIM lady AFIA POKUAA nyakopon hwe so na wo ma de pa enchi obia de hia na fe ye de dia ka ato aso na fe ye de mu nyina ya mammo eni se de bia moto aso ebo aye me ye adwuma nyakopon hia obia
yeah my prices if you for some play one more tactics and then I doom so watching on a pipe